Good morning. So it's January 17th, 2022. It's Monday. Now I want everybody to stay to the end of this video because I'm going to do a rant about guys on YouTube that make DoorDash videos that constantly bash DoorDash. It drives me crazy. So just wait to the end of the video. So let's talk about Saturday a little bit. I did not work. I worked Monday. I worked a little bit on Wednesday, not very much. And I got just hit with some kind of 24-hour flu bug on Thursday. I mean, I felt Thursday like I got hit by a Mack truck, but by Friday night I was okay. I did not work Friday because I was so surprised. I felt better. I just gave it an extra day, and then I was going to work the big snowstorm on Saturday. Of course, that really never happened. We only got 1 to 3 inches, and I got a late start. Now, I've made a lot of videos about how to make $300 every single time that you work full time, and one of the things you definitely don't want to do is get a late start. When I work full time, 96% of the time, a little bit more than that, actually, I make $300. Now, the 2 days that I did not make it, because I've been keeping track, both days I got a late start. And guess what? Saturday I got a late start. I slept in a little bit, because if we did get 5 or 6 inches of snow, I don't know if I would have went out there. And if I did go out there, I would probably have taken my truck, because I thought the money would have been so incredible. But it was just not. I think that's twofold. Number one, I think people, as soon as they hear about snow, they go straight to the grocery store and buy a bunch of food. And two, I think DoorDash probably let as many people schedule as wanted to work based on the weather. So I think that's why Saturday was just an average day. Did I make $300? Of course I did. Yeah, that goes without saying. I did work full time. And wait, when you work full time, and you should in an urban area like St. Louis, make $300, and you should stay out almost until you do. If it takes 12 hours, it takes 12 hours. Did I have to work 12 hours on Saturday? No, I could have been done before 10 o'clock. So I worked just under 11 hours on Saturday. That was somewhat due to I went to a restaurant, Hot Shots, right at the end of the day. It was supposed to be my last delivery, and I probably gave them a few extra minutes to get a delivery ready that I should have bailed on long before, because I'm going to have to go back out there and get another delivery and do it all over again. But I did, and I got a Walgreens delivery that paid more with 9 items. But it ended up being not that bad. I had to ask a lady where a couple things were, and she was very helpful. Blah, blah, blah. So, yeah, knocked out $304 on Saturday. And make $300 every time I work. Now, the last 2 Saturdays, I made $400. That was not going to happen. I thought it was going to be a lot busier than it was. And it just wasn't. It was just an average day. But got through it, made $300. Yesterday, I took my grandson. It was his birthday. I took 2 of my grandsons actually to Dave & Buster's. We had a great time, and I'm only able to do that just like that because of DoorDash. You know, I made $300 extra on Saturday, right, above my income. So yeah, going to Dave & Buster's and blowing $200 total. It's not that big a deal. If it wasn't for DoorDash, I wouldn't be able to do that. So here comes the rant. I'm very fond of DoorDash, even though they drive me crazy too sometimes. They do a lot of shady stuff, just like every single corporation does. And I've made videos about that too. No, corporations don't care about you. You got to care about yourself. But DoorDash is allowing me to go on a cruise in less than a month. It's allowed me to make it through a really bad time. I was in between jobs, and I relied totally on DoorDash for months. You know, and the whole idea of this channel is to let you know you can make DoorDash a game changer in your life. That, yeah, a year and a half ago, I was a terminal manager of a trucking company and needed just to make a little bit more money. And I tried to do that by upsizing my job, and I failed horribly at that. But in that process, I found DoorDash. So a year and a half later, I'm able to downsize my job. Instead of being the big boss, I'm one tier under. I'm about ready to go to a 4x4 schedule. And I only need to work 1 day a week to make what I used to make as a terminal manager. If I work 2 days, then that just blows that money out of the water. So a lot of these guys get on DoorDash, and they're all after views, and it's just clickbait stuff. And there's some guys that are better than others. And now even this guy in St. Louis, man, who I had a lot of respect for, because he does say a lot of good stuff. And I guess he's got COVID, so he was whining about that. And then he made some stupid video about really, do people need to spend their money on DoorDash? Dude, if it wasn't for DoorDash, you wouldn't be making these videos. So why would you encourage people not to order DoorDash? Are you, now that you're a big YouTube star, now you wanna ruin it for the rest of us? Not all of us are after being a big YouTube star. I don't ever ask people to subscribe to this channel. I don't ever ask people to like it or anything like that. That's not what this is about. This is about getting the word out. Hey man, you can make some life-changing moves, and you can use a vehicle like DoorDash to get there. If I ever start saying, hey, do we really need to be wasting our money on DoorDash? What? Are you crazy? Yeah, yes we do. Please do. Please waste your money on DoorDash. Yeah, because if you don't, then the whole reason for your existence there, Pedro, will cease. Now I know you think you're some kind of big businessman with your big vending machine business. You're not the first guy ever to come up with the idea of getting vending machines. I mean, you never would have known about DoorDash if you were some kind of business genius, okay? I've made money too, bud. I've been a manager too. We have a similar story. I just hope I don't sell out, bro. I hope I don't sell out. I hope I don't start making videos just to get clicks and likes saying DoorDash sucks and really we shouldn't even be wasting our money on it. What? Have you lost your mind, bro? Have you lost your ever-loving mind? You know, you should be encouraging people to order DoorDash so you can still keep making, so there'll be people out there doing DoorDash that'll go on your videos and watch them so you can give some tips and stuff like that like you've done in the past. Now, I know you're trying to get away from that a little bit, but you don't have to bash DoorDash to do that. You know, you don't have to bash the people who order DoorDash to do that. It's a time thing. It's how much do you value your time? That's why people order DoorDash, is because instead of getting up and going to the grocery store and doing all that, you know, they've basically hired us to do that. Why? Because they can just sit and relax. You know, how much is that worth to be able to do that? And that's what it's about. Like, I was at church yesterday, and the minister talked about, you know, that the average father spends 5 minutes a day with their kids, right? 5 minutes. So if ordering DoorDash allows me to spend an extra 10, 15, 30 minutes with my kids, this part of it doesn't matter. You know, we all talk about making $30 an hour doing DoorDash. So if ordering DoorDash costs us $30 on top of the food, right? Which it doesn't most of the time, you know, it's worth it, right? Because we saved that hour that we would have been driving to Walgreens to get candy or whatever. You know what he was talking about? Sometimes people order one soda. Who cares? I don't care what you order. Do what you do. You know, they just had to have that root beer. Maybe they're drunk or whatever, and they would have drove to Walgreens to get that one soda. So instead of getting a $1,500 to $10,000 DWI, hurting somebody, you know, they said, you know what? I'm just gonna order this one soda, doing with DoorDash. More power to you. We all waste money. I get that. I waste a lot of money. I mean, you can make the case that I wasted a bunch of money yesterday taking my grandkids to Dave and Buster's. You know, I could have bought them 3 video games and they could have played them forever at home. But we would have missed out on all that time together. And then they still got to play the video games. They got these cards that they really like, and they'll be able to use them again. And they even say that same video games on the cruise, and they'll be able to use the cards on the cruise. Blah blah blah. We went and got ice cream. We sat and ate and had nice talk. You know, so while we're out doing DoorDash and all that, you know, maybe parents are talking to their kids and having good conversations with them and stuff like that. You don't know. Who are you? All these guys do it though. He's the least amount. There's so many more of them. There's one guy, he's paid to drive or whatever. He'll have a video one day saying, DoorDash sucks, they're gonna go out of business, blah blah blah, it's all over. And then the next day I'll have a video, DoorDash finally raises their pay, this is a game changer. Dude, make up your mind. DoorDash is either going out of business or they're saved. It's either one or the other. It's not both. One day didn't matter. You know, that guy's totally clickbait. 100% clickbait. And then you got these YouTube guys, they want to start giving their financial advice while they're making these videos. Like the one guy, what's his name, Tanner, whatever. What he wants to do is he wants to give you crypto advice. Please, guys, be careful with buying that kind of stuff. Do it if you want. Do what you do. Hey, like I said, I've made a fair amount of money. I've made a fair amount of investments. I know for a fact that I'm not qualified to give financial advice. Pedro, you're not either. Okay, bro? Defending idea is not a horrible idea. I hope it works for you. But let's be honest, you're making most of your money off of YouTube. Now, you wouldn't be on YouTube if it wasn't for DoorDash, right? So you might want to be careful bashing DoorDash and bashing the people who order DoorDash, you know? And then making suggestions like, maybe we shouldn't take those orders. Dude, I'm going to take anything that's worth doing. Bottom line, if it's worth doing, that's what I do this for. I'm not doing DoorDash to make some kind of political statement. I'm not doing DoorDash to make the world a better place or anything like that. I'm doing DoorDash to put money in my pocket, to make my home a better place, which makes the world a better place. But really, I'm just out here taking pictures of food. It's not brain surgery. Okay, there's a lot of tricks to it. There's a lot of tips. There's a lot, you know, you too need encouragement because it's easy to get down while you're doing it, stuff like that. But overall, we're picking up food at a restaurant, we're taking it to somebody's house, we're taking a picture of it, we're out of there. That's it. You know, that's not. And then now, a few of us make a few videos about it. I'm not in Pedro's league at all. You know, I'm not. That's not. I don't make these videos to make money at all. I don't. I'm not that full of myself, man. They're not important. I make them for one reason, and that's just to let people know, hey, man. You know, let's say you make 50 grand a year. That's good money, right? You know, and the big question is, let's say you work 8 to 6, right? 10 hours a day, right? If you, what if I told you could make $80,000 a year if you just worked one day on the weekend and a little bit during the week? It's game changing stuff. So yeah, I get a little offended, I get a little irritated, I get a little angry when people threaten that. Okay, now that you're a great big used to star, you know, don't forget about us peons there, Pedro. We're a lot of us are still out here grinding. We see that you don't do a whole lot of driving. Okay, more power to you, brother. More power to you. I'm glad that you're successful. I'm glad your YouTube business is successful. More power to you. But don't ruin it for the rest of us, bro. Are you nuts? Give me a break.